to the Pet Show. Is your Chihuahua driving you crazy? Does your calico kitten have you totally confused? Are you being pushed around by your pug? You know you are. Well, if you love your dog and cat and really want to understand their behavior almost as well as they understand yours, or maybe you're just confused about why your dog or cat behaves a certain way, you know what to do, right? Stay tuned, because once again, right here, right now, it is time for the Pet Show. America's first and only real pet psychology, pet training, pet behavior, and of course, pet lifestyle show. So hop up on my couch. Bring those furry little buddies with you, folks. It is that time once again to let the animal analyzing begin. Hello, everybody. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is the Pet Show, the place where we absolutely, positively, never, ever doubt about it, love, adore, and as I stress every single week, respect our pets as much as you do. By the way, if you want to join me on the Ever-Growing Pet Show family, maybe you have a question about your dog's personality, your dog is jumping, humping, digging, your cat is scratching, not using the litter box, can't deal with the other cat that came into the house, knocked over your Christmas tree, knocked over your menorah, you get the idea, right? That's what this show does every week and has been doing for over 45 years. That's helping people resolve issues that they may be having with their dogs and cats. And as I say, a lot more likely the issues that their dogs and cats are having with their people. I say it every week. It's not easy living with us. I'm telling you, it is not easy. I feel the same way as dogs do sometimes when I meet people. Anyway, plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away on the show as well today. If you want to join me on the Ever-Growing Pet Show family, I've got some super stuff to give away. I got Lucy pet food, hip to be square treats, doggy lickies, hugs and kisses, my best-selling dog and cat books, Rosie's puppy fresh breath. Who doesn't want that? Air horns, t-shirts, herbal flea spray, calming and recovery stuff for makeup. Lots of great stuff to give away. Plenty of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. So want to find out how you guys did around. By the way, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. I want to find out how your dogs and your cats did during the New Year holiday. So give me a call. Everyone that gets through to me will get a fabulous gift for their dog or cat. If you just want to share a great story or tell me what gifts your dog and cat got and how they celebrated the New Year with you and any resolutions you may have made for your dog. I made a whole bunch. Any resolutions you made for your dogs or cats, give me a call. Phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. That's 866-870-KRLA. But if you're more of a numbers person, that's 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your calls. As I said, lots of great stuff to give away on the show as well. We have a busy show, but as always, am I going to get to all my topics? Probably not. Your questions, your comments, your stories are always the priority here on the Pet Show because we are the Pet Show family. I've been saying that for 45 years, and we'll continue saying it hopefully for another 45. So again, that number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Broadcasting today from beautiful Arizona. I keep wanting to say good morning, but it's 12 o'clock here. It's 11 o'clock in LA, obviously. This time really has me confused. But maybe, just maybe, I'm not a big fan of daylight savings time. Maybe it'll disappear in the near future. 866-870-KRLA. That is the way to get to. Let me tell you what's coming up on today's show. Then I'll get to some calls. You ready? Are you ready? First show of the new year? Is it the first show? Yeah, it is the first show of the new year. Lick. Is your dog licking obsessively? Do you know that excessive licking can be caused by many things, including you and your behavior? That's right. So why do dogs lick themselves? I put together the top 12 reasons. Stay tuned. I've got licking licked here on the Pet Show. It could be something serious. It could be absolutely nothing. But I get a lot of calls about dogs excessively licking. Lick. We'll take care of that coming up on the show. Also coming up, so you take your dog for that evening walk. We all like to take our dogs out for a walk in the evening, and you wonder why your dog is just totally ignoring you. Is it something you said? Did you say he gained a few pounds? Did you yell at him? Why is your dog ignoring you when you take him for a walk? Are you boring your dog, or maybe he is just overwhelmed by what's out there? Also coming up, I have put together a checklist for your dogs and cats. I call it my 2025 Keeping Your Pets Safe in the New Year. We'll take a look at that. And you know, my reputation, my entire reputation is based on hugs and kisses. That's right, hugs. In fact, when I was doing the Today Show and Regis and Kathy Lee in New York, I would walk down the street all over the place and people would point to me and go, hey, hugs and kisses, hugs and kisses. And I just think to myself, God, I hope everyone else knows who I am. Hugs and kisses, that's my reputation. But now it seems like some people, some professionals say, never, ever, ever kiss your dog. It's a bad thing. Dogs don't like to be kissed. So, do dogs like to be kissed? We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later. As always, plenty of time for your questions and comments. As I said, lots of great stuff to give away. So if your dog is jumping, chewing, scratching, maybe that cat you rescued is confused about the litter box, maybe that dog you took in is not housebroken, doesn't get along with other dogs and some people, or just believes that anything that moves has got a hump, give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. By the way, if you want to watch me do the show, I forgot to turn my light on. I'll turn it on after the break. You can go to youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. If you want to ask me a question there, I'll take a question as well. Again, that's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. So the question of the day is pretty simple. Do dogs like to be kissed? Am I wrong? Do dogs like to be kissed? Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. Now, before we get started on today's show, I have been talking to you and working in the animal field probably ever since I'm 11 years old. I have just been a fanatic about animals. And in all the years I've been working with people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and talking to millions and millions of people on the air, every once in a while in life, you come across someone very, very special. When I moved to Los Angeles a long, long time ago, I came across one of those people. Her name, Pam Scholl. Pam Scholl I've known for years. She does a lot of work with German Shepherd Rescue of West Side German Shepherd Rescue. I don't do a lot of work with them, but I do a lot of work trying to help Pam out. Just an incredible lady. A lot of people talk the talk. Pam walks the walk. She is one of the most incredible rescuers I've ever known. German Shepherds, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a house at one time. Just an amazing person. I have such respect for Pam Scholl and people like her. But you don't meet too many people like Pam Scholl in your life. Just strictly an amazing lady. And the reason I'm talking about it today is she had to say goodbye to Lady Chelsea, one of her rescue dogs, who crossed over. And I know she's upset and she's no sad. But just remember, Pam, there's a lot of people out there that love you and adore you. You may not hear it all the time, but love you, adore you, and most importantly, coming from me, respect what you do every day. So Chelsea crossed the Rainbow Bridge, but you know what? She crossed knowing exactly how much she was loved and how much she was cared for. So hugs and kisses to you, my good friend Pam Scholl. Again, the number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm going to get to Tila, who's calling all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, and also we got Paul calling from Van Nuys. We've got some open lines. We're just starting, so plenty of time for your calls, and we'll take a look at that as well. Now, I'm going to toss something out to you guys. I was thinking about that early this morning. For a lot of people that don't know me, I get up 3:30, 4 o'clock every single morning because I want to go out and hang out with the coyotes. But anyway, with more and more trainers, it seems like everyone's a dog trainer. With more and more behaviorists, everyone's a behaviorist. And TV shows and social media, everyone telling you how to resolve your dog's issues, how to make your dog a better pet, what to do to make your dog a better dog. Well, you know what? I have had it. Listen to me. I ask, why, if all these people know what they're talking about, if all these TV shows and all these articles are right, why every week are more and more and more dogs winding up at shelters all across the United States, many never getting out? Is it bad advice, too much information, or underqualified people? That's what I want to know. Let's face it, go online. Everyone has knowledge, and I believe that and I love it. But why? If there's so many people out there that know what they're talking about, why are more and more dogs every single year winding up at shelters and less dogs finding their way out? And by the way, the majority of dogs that wind up at shelters wind up there for behavioral reasons. So why? Can someone answer that question for me? With all the information out there, is it good information? Is it bad information? But why? Just tell me why more and more. Every year I cry myself to sleep thinking about all these dogs and cats going to shelters. There's information out there. Behaviorally, I would say that almost every issue a dog or cat has, they're not all going to be rin tin tin, but every issue can be made better. They can be made livable. They can be loved. They can be hugged. I know I'm going off on a tangent. I don't often do that. But why? Why? I'm so tired of people saying, I'm a professional trainer. I'm a professional behaviorist. I'm going to do a TV show. I'm going to do a radio show. I'm going to write an article. I'm going to write a book. There are some great books out there and great articles and great trainers out there. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of people out there that are giving advice that should be selling real estate or cars somewhere else. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Agree or disagree with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. Give me a call. Let me take a phone call right now from Tila, calling all the way from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State. Hi, Tila. Welcome to the show.
Okay, thanks so much. Well, I had something to say about the trainer thing, if I can say that real quickly first.
Yeah, go ahead. We got plenty of time.
Go. So my sister's family hired a trainer to come in and take care of training the little rescue dog they had gotten. And before the guy left, the last thing he did was said, hey, give me a couple of pots from your kitchen. I want to see what this dog will do when I do something. Got behind the dog and banged those two pots together as hard as he could. And for 10 years, they've had nothing but a nightmare because of thunders and lightning and rain.
There you go.
He was never the same. It's been horrible, and I think, how do we even get a hold of somebody's license or whatever they have when they're saying they're a professional trainer? It's been a nightmare for them. It's been really sad.
My heart breaks for them, and my heart also breaks for the dog, because this dog's going to live with, as you say, living with that trauma. Now, years ago, trainers in the military and in police departments, what they would do is they would take little pans and they might just tap them behind the dog, and over a period of weeks and months, they would increase it to make sure the dog becomes desensitized to loud noises. But standing behind the dog and slamming two pots together, I'd love to spend 5 minutes in a cage with that guy. Anyway, what can I do for you? What can I do for you, too?
Yeah, so I just left visiting with a dear friend who's taking in a very sweet 13-year-old cat that needed a new home.
Yeah.
And, she lost her other one, and she took this one in. And just recently she said that when she goes downstairs into her storage area, the cat had followed her in there. It's kind of dark in there mostly. And now whenever she goes down that way, the cat will just be sitting there at times just meowing to go in that door. And I said, I'm going to call today and ask Warren about this.
So, in other words, the cat's hanging out won't come outside of that area. Is that it?
It will. She does come upstairs and engage, and working on getting her acclimated to people coming over. I'm going to try to help her with that. But, but when she just goes down there and sits and starts meowing, she doesn't really want to open the door and just let her go into the storage and stay in that dark area. But she couldn't get around initially, and she just left the door open and came upstairs, and eventually she came out. But she's continuing to go back down there and just meow at the closed door.
What I would try to do is whatever she has down there, or a blanket or a bed, whatever she has down there, move it up, and what I would do is start closing that door. In other words, give the cat more opportunity to be upstairs, because every living thing needs a little solace. It's an escape route. And we don't know. It's a 13-year-old cat. We don't know if the hearing's okay, if the eyes are okay. Do we know what she's been through prior?
Right. Not too much.
That's why I'm saying, in other words, she might be hiding out of fear, out of insecurity. So we have to force the situation. What I would recommend right off the bat is you know what? Let me do this. I don't want to rush you. Can you hold on, Tila?
Sure.
I got to take a break, so let me put you on hold. Let me take a break. Then we'll get to you, Paul, as well. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. I want to get to Tila and go over this cat situation, because it's very common. God bless her friend who adopted a 13-year-old cat. We'll resolve that issue, I promise. Let me take a quick break, then back to your phone calls. Great time to give me a call, by the way. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. On every week, I'm Warren Eckstein. Great time to give me a call. That phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I love this song. My good old buddy, Soupy Sales. I used to hang out with Soupy an awful lot when I was younger and back on the East Coast. Let me get back to my friend Tila, who's calling all the way from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. And she's talking about a friend of hers who recently adopted a 13-year-old cat, and God, what a halo that person should be wearing. And the cat is kind of coming up, but also going downstairs and returning to a place where it kind of feels maybe secure. Is that pretty much it, Tila?
Sort of. She had gone downstairs for something in her storage area. The cat had followed her down there, so that was a new area, and had gone into the storage area with her and then wouldn't initially come out. So she left the storage area door open and went back upstairs, and eventually the cat came out, So she went back downstairs, closed the door, and since then the cat will still go down there and just sit at the door and meow.
And your friend when your friend opens the door, the cat comes out?
She wouldn't go. She hasn't opened back up for her to go back in there again because when she couldn't get her out initially, once she went upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
she has a downstairs area where the cat will go into a little closet that's got pillows, and she loves to go up under those pillows and stay there when somebody comes over. That's what she does.
When a cat is insecure, going underneath something or hiding, they assume that if you can't see them, they're not there. So there's a couple things we need to do. Number one is let's really establish a stronger relationship between your friend who adopted this cat and the cat itself. In the area where the cat seems to feel most comfortable, have your friend take some unwashed articles of her clothing and put them in an area, either on top of those pillows or under those pillows. Also, what I would recommend at this point is if she has a battery operated or a transistor radio on a very, very soft, barely audible volume, leave that on when the cat goes down there so the cat is hearing voices without being intimidated. Now, one final question for you. Did this cat come from a shelter or come from an individual home?
I believe it came from a home previous to her.
So she got him from directly from home, so it wasn't a matter of the cat going to a shelter first and then coming back.
I think so. I might have it wrong, but I think somebody had the cat in the meanwhile. Uh-huh.
All right, so the most important thing we need to remember now is that cats learn through association. So every time the cat is with her, every time the cat is upstairs, it has to be very, very, very positive. How long has she had the cat now?
I'm going to say maybe over a month or a month or two.
Get a lot more time. Give it a lot more time, a lot more patience. It sounds to me like you're on target with what you're doing. Luckily, she has a great friend like you to work with, but it's going to take some time. One day you're going to call me up. I can't get this cat away from me, Warren. What am I going to do? The cat's on top of me. What am I going to do? Let me do this. Can I send you a copy of the cat book?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
What I'm going to do is, before I do that, do you have any pets of your own?
I don't, because I float home. I just keep taking care of all the pets, and I always get all the products I get.
So do you think I'm crazy, or do you think dogs like to be kissed?
Oh, they love it. They love it.
I love Atlanta, Georgia. I love Atlanta. Anyway, don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you on hold. The lovely Suzette's going to pick up, and a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want is on its way to you. That number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. By the way, I will answer some questions. If you want to ask a question on my YouTube, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, and you can see what the face behind the mic is if you want to do that. Paul, we're going to get to you in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Oh, God. That's an interesting question. I don't know. But we'll take your call in a minute, Paul. We'll try to figure it out together, I promise. Paying a dog for good behavior isn't always about food. This is the stuff I write on my YouTube channel. You heard me now. Paying a dog for good behavior isn't always about food. There are things your dog finds more rewarding or is just as rewarding in some cases. Other things might be a particular tug toy, a squeaky toy, your attention interaction, a treat. So when I talk about treat now, I'm not talking about a food treat. There are toy treats too, things you can give your dog, and it's kind of like a treat to them, but it's not edible. So there, everyone, they kind of reinforce, a lot of people reinforce their dog's relationship by food. One of the things I recommend people do, if you really want to bond with your dog, and I had a call just last week, oh God, am I going to get in trouble for saying this? I had a call last week, and the call was somebody said, my dog is just chasing squirrels. I love my dog. He goes in my backyard and he chases squirrels. What can I do? And y'all sitting down for my recommendation. Everyone, he spoke to trainers, and they said, well, yell at the dog and put a prong collar and jerk the dog and blah, blah. I said, here's what I would do. If your dog is having so much fun chasing squirrels in the backyard, why don't you join in? Chase the squirrels with them. That's what I do. My dogs want to play the way I play. Why can't I play the way they play? Of course, I don't let them catch the squirrel, but every once in a while, the neighbors will look like that nutty guy is out there chasing squirrels in his backyard with his dog. What is that all about? Yes, there are ways to reward your dog. It's not always food, food, food. Sometimes it's just a matter of giving them more positive attention, letting them know how much you're appreciating them, a special toy, some special bond, or just playing with them in a way they want to play. You know, they can't always do everything we want to do. Sometimes we have to do things that they want to do as well. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm going to take a break. We'll come back. Paul, we're going to get to you in Van Nuys. Barbara, I got to take your call, but I'm not going to take it right now. When I come back, Barbara writes me, I called a few weeks ago and it worked for me with my cat. Why are people so shocked when it works? Of course it works. I've been doing this for a day or two. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. The question of the day is, do pets like to be kissed? I get a lot of flack. I have trainers that call me all the time, or people I bum. Warren, you shouldn't tell people to kiss the dogs or hug their dogs. It's not the right thing to do. Don't tell them to do that. Well, you know what? I've been telling him to do that for a lot of years, and I'm going to continue telling him to do that as well. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Still coming up a lot of good topics. You know, one of the more common questions I get here on the Pet Show is the dog that's constantly licking, lick, 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 lick. And if I specialize in anything, it's compulsive behaviors that dogs have, because those are generally the more difficult. Trainers say, well, don't worry about that, or he'll stop it, or do this. No, compulsive behaviors are something that really have to be delved into by a trainer, a behaviorist, and the guardian. It's not just resolving the issue. The resolution is not always the end result. The end result should be starting out and finding out what caused the problem in the first place. Then, and only then, will that resolution really hold true and work for you. So we're going to talk about lick, lick, lick coming up a little bit later on today's show as well. And also, we're going to take a look at some safety issues for the new year. You know, it always breaks my heart when I read these stories. I'm on, you know, that neighborhood thing where everyone posts things where a dog gets lost, or a cat gets lost, or there's a coyote scenario, whatever. So I got a list that we'll share a little bit later on today's show as well. Again, the number 866-870-KRLA. Let's take a break. Paul, you'll be up next. We got Barbara, we got Ann. We'll get to all your calls. Plenty of great stuff to give away. Some new stuff as well. Always Lucy Pet Food, the Doggy Lickies, the Hugs and Kisses, the books, Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. Check it out at Amazon. Rosie's Puff Freshy Breath. Amazing. I got air horns. I got T-shirts. I got all natural herbal flea spray. And I also got some amazing, amazing calming and recovery products from my friends over at acornpets.com. So let me do this. Let me take a quick break, then we'll get back to all of your phone calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. We're back on The Pet Show. First show of the new year. Looking forward to chatting with all of you. Great time to call me. Have a question or comment, want to share a great story about the holidays in your pet, tell me what your resolution with your dog was, give me a call. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5750. I turned the light on, looks better. 5752, that is the way to get through to the show. Let me do this. I got a lot of great stuff coming up. The question of the day is pretty simple, is do you like your pets? Do you think your dogs and cats like being kissed? My whole reputation, guys. Come on, give me a call. Do you believe, like I do, that your dogs and cats like being kissed? Give me a call. And if you get through, a great gift will be on its way. Not for you, but for that kissing dog and cat that you may be living with. Again, the number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. So do dogs like kisses? We'll talk about that later. Right now, let me get back to the phone line. I don't know if I have an answer for you, Paul, but I'm going to take your call and we'll try to figure it out together. Let's go to Paul in Van Nuys. Hey, Paul, welcome to the Pet Show.
Oh, thank you so much, Warren. Thank you very much. You know, I'm in a crisis right now. I actually have to turn to public assistance, and it's quite complicated. And anyway, I adopted Fritzy here. He's right at the foot of my bed, sleeping away. I adopted him out of free adoption day at a shelter. It's almost 7 months now. And when I first got him, I wasn't crazy about him because I still was mourning the loss of my other kitty. But now the bond is so strong. And if I have to move, which might locally, and I don't know where I'll live, and I'm quite frightened about it, but I can't give him up. I want to know how I can go about having him as an emotional, what do they call it? Emotional
service,
what do we
service
call
cat, emotional service cat or service dog.
Yeah, to have it, because I don't want to lose him.
Nor should
I can't tell you what I think.
No, nor should you. Let me ask you a question. I know you're not your own doctor, but I mean, do you have emotional or any physical challenges where the cat would really be supportive for you?
Actually, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I do have. I do. I don't have a doctor right now. I don't have. I don't have a medical doctor at the moment. So I'm wondering if there's another way. Yeah, I do. I have depression. I have some things.
Yeah.
That have gone.
It's a great question, and I don't know exactly what answer to give you. So can you do this? Do you have access to a computer?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have. My computer's not that well, but I have somebody, God willing, that's helping me right now. He's doing a great deal.
Well,
He's doing a service to me, and it's.
I'm glad. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do, Paul. I want you to send me an email with your information, the fact that we spoke on the phone, and you're looking to have your cat become a service cat based on some emotional issues that you have. Send me that email. This is my email address. I'm giving it out. Here we go publicly. It's mail@thepetshow.com. Mail@thepetshow.com. Send me an email.
Mail@thepetshow.com.
That's it. Send me an email. We talked a little bit, just a sentence or two, what we talked about.
Right,
and then I will share.
Assistant do that. I will.
Great.
I will do that. I'll have the assistant. He has it. We'll do it.
And what I'm going to do is, I know some amazing people in Southern California. One of my friends, Joy, who helped me out many, many times. I will contact Joy and put her in touch with you, and she will be able to guide you or at least recommend where you can go. So send me that email, Paul. In the meantime, I'm going to put you on hold, and I know you're a little financial problem right now, so we're going to send you some Lucy cat food for your cat. It'll make her healthy, and it'll make her happy. And great call, by the way. It always breaks my heart when you hear things like that where someone has adopted a dog or a cat, and because of whatever reason, there should be no reason anyone has to give up their pet. No, unless they can't take care of it. But there should be no reason why someone should have to give up their dog or their cat. At least that's the way I believe. 866-870-KRLA. We'll get to Barbara. Then we got Ann. Then we got Madeline. Let's go to Barbara in Los Angeles. Hey, Barbara, welcome to the show.
Warren.
Barbara.
I wasn't surprised at all that your advice worked because I've been listening to you for. Could it be possibly over 30 years?
Oh yeah, it's 45. Yeah, it's very possible.
Well, I mean, I learned so much that I'm constantly able to help other people. Like when I'm walking dogs, I meet up with a lot of other dog walkers, and they're having this problem or that problem, and I have the answer, and I can tell them to call you, and it's great. So. A couple of weeks, well, I can't remember exactly the date right now. It was just some weeks ago, recently. I had called you to tell you that I have brought this semi-feral cat that I and other people were taking care of. I saw the coyotes around. It was getting cold. She's not getting younger. And I got some help to trap her and bring her in. So that is now 1 month and 1 day. She wasn't using the box I put there for her, and she wasn't used to being around other animals inside. So I let her go at her own speed. She found a little place in the corner where she was sleeping, and she come out a little bit. And little by little, she's coming out. She got some holiday presents. But I couldn't find where she was going. I don't know if she snuck into the kitchen at night. But you told me to put another box just about a foot away from the other one that she wasn't using. Well, lo and behold, she didn't use it immediately, but she now has gotten used to us, and she now goes up on that table where I put that box, and she's using it beautifully.
I hope you're putting some magazines alongside of it so she can read.
No, she's too young for all that.
I'm so glad. Sometimes the resolution. Sometimes it's just really easy. It's just a matter of blocking out all the things you want to do and finding out the simplest way to approach it. And sometimes that's usually going to give you the best result.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy, and she lets the other cats, like she has a plumey tail, a fluffy, she's black and white, and she has this big heart-shaped bit of fur by her mouth. It's like somebody painted it there. with two beauty marks, like Elizabeth Taylor.
You sound like such a bragging mother. And no, I love to hear people like you, because once you've established that bond, at the beginning it may be a little, I don't know, maybe she's not going to, but once you get that breakthrough, and it just happens, one day they look at you and you realize, you know what, they get it, I get it. Life is going to be good from this point on. And so I'm so glad to hear it's all working out for you, and that's great. And is it okay if I donate a gift that I would send to you to a local rescue?
Please do. And I love it that, I have other cats, and the dog that I just adopted after my other dog died, not to replace the animals who have gone, but to honor them and to save other lives, because we who love animals, we have to continue with that joyful burden of saving lives. We don't get to rest and feel bad. We miss our dogs and cats who have gone. We have to save other lives.
But what better legacy? What better legacy for a person than to have a dog or cat that crossed the Rainbow Bridge and help save a life or give life to another dog or cat? I mean, there's no better legacy than that. And that's how I put my head on the pillow. And
they have, the other animals have good relationships within the family, and it's just wonderful to see them cuddled up on a cool night, and sleeping peacefully inside, not outside, especially with those awful fireworks.
I'm so glad that everything's working out. You keep me posted. She's part of the Pet Show family now, so keep me posted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on, but I'm going to donate a gift in your name to one of the local rescues. How's that?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Oh, you have a great day, and keep listening. I really appreciate that call. And Happy New Year to you, by the way. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. Come on, guys. Help me out with this. My whole reputation, do you believe like I do that your pets like to be kissed? Or do they not like to be kissed? Do they like to be kissed? Or don't they like to be kissed? I don't know. I've been taking a lot of flack from people saying, you should never kiss your dog, never kiss your cat. They don't like it. They don't understand kisses. Maybe they don't understand kisses because you're not kissing them enough. Give me a call if you agree or disagree. I'll send you a super gift. Many of the items are given away today are worth as much as $30, $40, $50. So if you have a question or comment, 866-870-KRLA. If you want to ask a question on YouTube, we'll take a look at that as well. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. Let me take a break. When we come back, and you're going to be up next in Long Beach, and then we're going to go to Madeline, who has a response to my question of the day. We'll get to Madeline in LA as well. We do have a couple of open lines, pretty rare, but I guess right after the holiday, so great time to give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. And coming up a little bit later, we have time. Something else I wrote this week. I've been doing a lot of writing this week. I don't know why. Can pets change your perception of others? Can pets change your perception of us? We're going to take a look at that. Plenty of time for your calls. 866-870-KRLA. Quick break, then right back at your phone calls. All right, listen. Next time, 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. 866-870-5752. All right, we're going to get to you in a couple of seconds, and we'll get to you, Madeline, as well. Over the years, I've had the opportunity of working with a lot of people with different challenges, a lot of veterans with PTSD, a lot of other people with PTSD and other various situations as well. But neither here nor there, whether you have an emotional or medical situation or you don't have a medical emotional situations, pets, dogs and cats, specifically dogs, can really change your perception about this. I wrote this. I just want to share this with you, and I'll get back to the phones. When you become a pet parent, you may notice your perception of the world shift. These changes can be as simple as finding enjoyment in the smile of others as you walk your proud pup down the street. Having conversations with people you would not have had before, or bonding over stories about your adorable dog. This is an undeniable social element to having that furry friend in your life that can catch first-time owners off guard. Companion animals can be a catalyst for several dimensions of human social relationships in neighborhood settings, ranging from incidental social interaction and getting getting to know people, the formation of friendships with those who had a furry friend in tow. It is so true. I have known people with challenges and disabilities and depression, and when they adopted a dog and they would take the dog for a walk, they would meet people, and that dog was the catalyst to establish an amazing relationship with other people in the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, I see it all the time, even in this new neighborhood that I moved into, Arizona. There's a lot of dogs here. Obviously there are. I wouldn't be here. And people walk their dogs, and they and a lot of people come and go, and they get to know each other, and they get to talk to each other because of the relationship of their dogs. I think it's a great thing to do. If you're looking for more friends, maybe adopting a dog from a shelter is the way to go, or adopting a cat and inviting people into your home. Phone number 866-870-KRLA. Let's go to my friend Ann. And this is Ann, you with me?
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, Ann, this is a tough one for me to answer, okay? Here's what I'm going to put this out to my audience, okay? Can anyone recommend or refer Ann? She's looking to find there's a stray cat in her neighborhood, and she's looking to take that cat somewhere that's no kill. Can you tell me a little bit about the cat, Ann?
Well, since 1988, I've adopted 4 cats that people moved and left them behind.
Oh, gosh.
And so I've got a cat now, and I'm over 80. So somebody left this little less than 5-pound thing in the middle of the back lawn 7 years ago. So I would have loved to adopt this one. It's cute as could be, and it's friendly and everything. And a neighbor is feeding it, but she's got 2 cats. And so it's grown cat, and it's very cute, and it seems real nice, and I want to try to take it somewhere that it'll be taken care of and not just killed.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out to my audience, if someone can, you're in Long Beach. If someone can recommend someone in the Long Beach area, a group that will, doesn't even have to be in the Long Beach area, but a group that will take this cat and make sure it's a no-kill situation and keep this beautiful cat till we find that permanent home. Here's what I'm going to do. If one of those groups will contact the show either before we go off the air or even after we go off the air at mail@thepetshow.com, I will personally make a donation to that group. So if there's a group out there that can help, you all do this all the time, but if there's Ann sounds like such a lovely lady with such concern. If there's a group out there that can help Ann take this cat, find it a right home, foster it, whatever needs to be done, I personally will make a donation to whatever group decides to take this cat in. I hope that's helpful, Ann.
That's very helpful, so thank you so much.
No, thank you. But also, if you have access, send me some information at mail@thepetshow.com. Send me an email there, because if you can send me an email there, I can hook you up. I know there are groups, there are amazing groups out there. Just off the top of my head, you have to remember that I deal with hundreds and hundreds of groups all across the U.S. and Canada, even some rescues in Guam. So I don't want to always have them on the tip of my tongue. But there are some great feline groups right here in Southern California that I'm sure will help you out. So what I'm going to do, Ann, is I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to try to put you on hold, and what I'm going to do is I am going to send you for your cats. I am going to send you some. I'm also going to send you some Lucy pet food for your cats. But if there's a group out there, call me now, 866-870-KRLA. Send me an email. I'll put you together with Ann, get this cat into a foster situation, and I will personally make a donation to whatever group is able to take this cat in. Gosh, you know what? I'm not the most spiritual person in the world. People that know me that, I believe in God, I believe in the 10 Commandments, but I'm not the most spiritual person in the world. However, that being said, I have the most incredible listeners of any radio show in America. Why? Because our hearts are always big when we're talking about ourselves. But the concern, the care that my listeners have for animals goes way beyond anything I ever could have imagined 45 years ago when I started. You people are amazing. Let me do this. Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll try to get to you, Madeline. I definitely want to get to you. Great time to call me. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-KRLA. Still coming up, if you have a dog that's licking excessively, give me a call. I'll tell you why. If your dog ignoring you on a walk, we'll tell you why he's doing that as well. I'll give you my 2025 list to keep your pets happy and healthy. And we'll find out whether or not, I'll give you my opinion, whether or not our dogs really do, in fact, like to be kissed. What do you think? Give me a call. Let me know. 866-870-KRLA. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Pet Show, I'm Warren Eckstein. Before I came on the air today, I was watching President Biden. I don't know why, but I was watching President Biden give out these citizen awards. A lot of people up there that I don't think should have got them. But however, there's one person up there that I had the opportunity of knowing, Jane Goodall, and what an incredible lady she was. I had the ability to introduce Jane Goodall from a speech she was doing many, many years ago, actually in Pasadena, California. We got to talk, just an amazing, there's something about her that's just so calming. So out of them, there was a lot that deserved it. Michael J. Fox, big fan. Magic Johnson, big fan. A couple I wasn't a big fan of, but I got to tell you, definitely a big fan of Jane Goodall getting that award. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let's go to my friend Madeline. Hey, Madeline, welcome to The Pet Show.
Thank you, Warren. I am responding to your question regarding dogs being kissed.
Yeah.
When I first got my dog, she wasn't particularly affectionate. Now she knows the word kissy, and she will get up from wherever she is, come over to me, lift up her chin or stand on her hind legs because she's Havanese, so she's not that big.
One of those Cuban dogs.
Oh, yeah. I always tell people she barks in Spanish.
There you go.
So at any rate, she loves it now. So, and she knows the word kissy. And there she is. Whenever I say kissy, give me kissy.
So then I'm not crazy. Your dog likes to be kissed.
Yes, loves it. And petted.
And petted and kissed and massaged and hugged and loved. They like it. What a great. What's your dog's name, by the way, Madeline?
Skylar.
That was one of my dog's names.
By the way, Skylar gets your vitamins. And she's 6.5, and she acts like she's 6 months. She has so much energy.
I'm sure she does. Anyway, listen, because I'm going to put you on hold, and because she is so kissable, I'm going to send you something very special. I'm going to send you something that's going to make your dog even more kissable. How's that? I'm going to send you some of Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. This is an amazing product. You just take a little bit, you put it in your dog's water. After they drink it, give him a kiss. You'll see how good his breath smells. So, Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. It is available, by the way. You can check it out at Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Great call, by the way, Madeline. Maria, I'm going to hold you. If it's okay with you, can I hold you to the next hour? Maria in Arcadia. It's just going to be a quick break for the top of the hour, and then we'll get to your calls. By the way, still coming up, because I know I didn't get to it this hour. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to really go over lick. Why do dogs lick obsessively and what you can do about it? There's a lot of different reasons you may not know about it. And also, I had a call from someone this week about a dog being bored when they walk them. And I see from my YouTube that Mike T wrote, Warren, my sweet, handsome, furry son, Conrad, always barks when I'm eating and jumps on my lap. The barking will continue for hours. How can I stop him from continue barking? Thank you. Well, stick around. I'll give you an answer to that as well, Mike T. The number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. I'm assuming you do and want to find out why they do some of the things they do, jumping, humping, digging, scratching, litter box issues. It's not always their fault. Sometimes it's yours. If you have a question about your dog or cat's behavior, just want to find out why they behave in certain ways, great time to give me a call. If you're new to the Pet Show, welcome. Just a reminder that everyone that does call into the show and get to talk to me live on the air will in fact get a fabulous gift for their dog or cat, many worth as much as $40 or $50. So if you have a question or a comment or want to share a great story about your dog or cat, great time to give me a call. Phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. And this hour, I have to give away on the show. I'll be giving away Lucy Pet Food, Lucy Doggy Lickies, my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin supplements for your dogs, my best-selling dog and cat books by Random House, Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, air horns, T-shirts, all-natural herbal flea spray, calming and recovery products from my friends over at acornpets.com. Plenty of time to answer your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away on this show as well. Now, the question of the day on the Pet Show was pretty simple. Do pets like to be kissed? Do pets like to be kissed? You know, my entire reputation is based on that fact. So, do pets like to be kissed? Give me a call. The phone number 866-870-5752. Now, I'm going to get to you in just a second, Maria, because I know you're going to answer my question. But before I do that, let me share this with my listeners. This is really important. Listen. If you've been listening to my show, if you've been watching me for years and years, you know that my entire reputation is based on hugs and kisses. Yeah, food's fine as a reward for your dog, and sometimes using what I call variable reinforcement is great. But I believe that affection sometimes is more important than food. So listen to me carefully. I wrote this. I'm going to share it with you. I want to get your response to it. So the question is, and I know you have a cat, Marie, but I'm going to talk about dogs. So, do dogs like kisses? Do dogs like kisses? That's the question. The answer? For the most part, yeah. However, it's always good to check how comfortable they are with it by watching their body language and keeping in mind that not all dogs may interpret kisses the same way we do. But if your dog is comfortable with having their space invaded, but if your dog enjoys kisses, it's just one more way to strengthen that special bond between you and your dog. Take a look at it from my perspective, guys. Dogs kiss each other. Dogs hug each other. Cats kiss each other. Cats hug each other. They're living in our environment. We're humans. We take them into our human environment. Why would they not like to be hugged? Why would they not like to be kissed? In some cases, there was abuse or overreactions on previous guardians. So the question of the day is, do you believe like I do that our dogs and our cats like to be kissed? Do dogs and cats like to be kissed? Give me a call. I'll send you a great gift, or I'll send your pet a great gift. 866-870 KRLA 866-870-5752. Now, I have gotten into debates over the year. I mean, almost fisticuff debates with these so-called behaviorists and trainers. Oh, no, you don't ever. Same guys that use the prong collars, same guys that do all. No, you should never kiss your dog. Dogs don't like to be kissed. It's a wrong thing to do. They think you're hugging them. They think you're. No, they're wrong. Am I wrong or am I right? Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away as well. So let me go to my friend Maria calling from Arcadia. Hi, Maria. Welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you for what you do listening to this show. So what? You have a cat that likes to be kissed?
Yes, his name is Sylvester.
Is he a black cat?
He's got black chest, black legs, black face. I'm sorry, white chest, white legs, and white head face. And then his back and his tails are black.
But I remember Sylvester from the cartoons. I think there was a Sylvester in the cartoons. I think it was a black cat. I don't remember. I didn't watch that many cartoons.
A black cat in a white chest.
There you go. Now we got it. So So he likes to be kissed.
He likes to be kissed. He likes to be kissed once a day. But when he wants something, like in the morning, he wakes me up, wants to go to the bathroom, or wants to eat, he kisses me all over the face constantly.
So in other words, he's more of a kisser when he wants something.
Yes, exactly.
You guys amaze me. You absolutely amaze. Hey, listen, Maria, don't go in. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to send you for your cat. I am going to send you. What do I want to send you for your cat? Oh, God, I don't know what I want to send you. I'm going to send you some all-natural herbal flea spray. Keep that cat flea-free this year. Some all-natural herbal flea spray on its way to you. Sylvester, was that a cartoon, right? Sylvester, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. So here's my thought, okay? We've been talking to each other. In November, it's 45 years I've been on the radio with you guys. And every week you guys call me up and you say, thank you, Warren, and they're great for the work you do. Let me start this new year a little different. Let me start this new year by saying, God bless and thank you, my listeners. What a difference you guys have made in the lives of thousands and thousands and thousands of dogs and cats that never would have had a shot at a good life if it was not for you. So, I get a lot of accolades because I'm on the air with you guys, and I understand that's part of being on the air. But the bottom line is, this show is absolutely nothing without you. You're the ones adopting those dogs and cats. You're the ones listening to my advice on behavior and making those dogs and cats as happy as possible. So let's start off the new year right. Let me thank all of my listeners. Many of you have been listening. It's 30 years, 45 years. Some even been watching me. I had someone call me this week that's been watching me, God, since I started doing a show in New York. I don't even know what year it was, but it was in the 70s. Let me put it that way. God, you guys are amazing. But it's you. It's you. This is The Pet Show. The Pet Show is not me. The Pet Show is us. Us together and our animals, and respecting the fact that all life needs that respect. So thank you. Thank you, and I'll shut up a little bit. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Just before we get to you, Angela, Mike T has a question for me on YouTube. And if you want to ask me a question, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. By the way, if you're not there, subscribe. You should. It's free. Mike wants to know, Warren, my question, why my sweet, handsome, furry son, Conrad, always barks when I'm eating and jumps on my lap and will continue to bark for hours. How can I stop him from continuing barking? Well, it's real easy. Stop eating in front of him, Mike. Knock it off. Listen, dogs are group animals. When we eat, they assume they're eating with us. Puppies eat together. They're all suckling on their mom together. So when you're eating, his assumption is, why not me? When I eat, my dogs eat. That's the way it should be. So one of the best things you can do is, how would you feel if someone in your house was eating and you were hungry and you weren't getting any food? How would you feel? You'd probably jump up on the table and bark. So anyway, number one, give the dog a little exercise before you eat. Give him a break. Then when you sit down to eat, give him something at the same. I don't care if it's a carrot, but feed him at the same time. If the barking continues, just say thank you and walk away. Thank you for letting me know you're hungry. Because if you say, no, bad dog, and you pay a lot of attention to the fact that he's barking, you're just reinforcing it. And the next time you sit down and have a bowl of Cheerios, guess who's going to be right at your side. So feed your dog at the same time you're eating. The best way to resolve that issue. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate that. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. Let me take a call. Let me go to my friend Angela, and we'll go to Ann. Angela in where? I don't know, but Angela somewhere. Hi, Angela. Hi, Angela. Welcome to the Pet Show. Where are you calling from, Angela?
Ventura, California. How are you today?
I'm in beautiful Ventura, California. One of my favorite places in the whole wide world is Oxnard. I went to the Ventura County Fair a couple of years ago. I love Ventura. I love going to that what's the harbor there. There's a great restaurant there that I love to eat. I forget.
Yeah, we're so blessed here.
You are, and beautiful harbor, by the way. What can I do for you?
So we got this beautiful lab from the shelter last year, and he is just the sweetest boy. Somebody really loved this guy. They said he was a puppy mill, pup factory kind of puppy or whatever, so his teeth were really bad. And so we got his teeth all fixed and found out instead of being 8 years old, he's only 4.5, and his name's Henry, and he is so sweet. And I just want to know, like, fish oil, something like that for him, because labs, he's purebred, and I just want to give him something to make sure that he's, getting the best years of his life, and okay. I just want to start now. So
what you put in is what you get out. There's a couple of things right off the bat, just so you know. I am going to send you a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats for the dog. It's going to help with all parts of him. I love it. Well, it's going to help with digestion. It's going to help with the hips and the joints. It's going to help with it has prebiotics. Anyway, you're going to get a jar of that. So the Labrador named Henry, and you adopted Henry. What was Henry's backstory?
So they found him in Northern California, and they said he was at least homeless for 47 days. because they saw him the first time but didn't catch him until day 47. And he was always with another brown lab, a little 2-year-old brown female lab. So she was probably the other puppy. His disposition is great. Like, you would want a puppy.
What happened to the other one?
They got separated, and she got picked up, like, on day 2. But Henry had not been fixed, and so they fixed him, and a lab rescue picked him up. And when they said, no, he's too aggressive. So he'd only been fixed for 2 days, so he had all that testosterone. So he got labeled that. So nobody with kids, nobody with another dog was picking him up or anything like that. And I must have sat there for like an hour, and he would not come to the fence. He had given up. He had been in the shelter now for 37 days in Camarillo, and he just, it was very sad. And so
it breaks my heart, because I hear stories like this all the time of these fabulous dogs or these fabulous cats that wind up at shelters and are misdiagnosed in terms of their behavior by some of the people at the shelter, and they're put in they never give the dog or the cat the opportunity to be themselves. You know, it takes time from a dog that's been out on the street with another dog going into a shelter, and the noises at the shelter and the sounds and all the different things going on, the clang. It takes some time for that dog to adjust, that dog to decompress even at the shelter, and then to decompress when someone like you adopts them. So, you know, I have a lot of respect for people that do rescue work. No one has more respect for them than I do. But very often when they have people diagnosing situations that are not capable or knowledgeable enough to understand that this is the way the dog is now, this is the way the dog will be in the future. You don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to be a mind reader. You have to have a good background in animal behavior and training to look at a dog, analyze the situation, then decide what the best way to make sure this dog is going to get a home and be great. So I'm so glad you waited. I'm so glad you sat there and you turned out with Henry, who's the most lovable dog in the world, I'm assuming.
He is. He loves people, he loves dogs, but he's very protective. You get too close, and he'll give you a, back away. And we've had our house, we just redid our whole house, and so we've had construction people in there. He is always right between me and the construction person.
Well, he's very protective of you. You might be the first. You might be the first. You might be the first person that ever gave him any type of love or encouragement. So therefore, he's going to be possessive of you. But let me give you a little hint right now, okay? When you have a dog like this that we don't know a lot of background on, but when you have a dog like this and you're having a lot of work done in the house, hire workmen that will work with you and say, listen, we just got the dog recently. Here's what I want you to do. Let's introduce Henry to you outside of the house. Get to know Henry outside of the house. He'll be a lot less possessive when you get him into the house. So that would be one of the things I would recommend that you do.
Okay. Thank you.
I think that'd be a big, big difference. So let me do this. I'm going to send you a jar of the hugs and kisses, but I want you to really focus on making sure that when you meet new people with Henry, he loves everybody, I get it, but he's protective over you. Some good, solid, basic training would go a long way to helping him. But again, introducing him to people outside of the environment where he feels is his home may be a best way for him to establish a relationship and not feel like something negative may happen to you or him.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right, so I'm not going to ask you if he likes to be kissed. I'm assuming he does.
He loves to be kissed. He's, at first he wouldn't even climb up on the furniture or anything. He would no, he just laid on the floor and stuff like that. Now we got him beds, and he hops up on the couch. I wake up in the morning, he's down on the couch, feet up in the air.
I got it. You even watch the TV shows he prefers. I got it. Anyway, listen, Angela, don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you on hold. We are sending you a jar of my own hugs and kisses, vitamin, mineral, supplement treats to your home, and I appreciate that phone call. Let me do this. Let me take a quick break, and then we'll get back to your phone calls. Tim and Ann will get to you right after this. Gift, lots of stuff to give away, plenty of time for your calls. The phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Come on, do your dogs and cats like to be kissed, or am I crazy? That should be the question. Am I crazy? Maybe that would go a little further. Tim, let's go to my friend Tim in Temple City. Hi, Tim. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim.
Hey,
and I'd like
Tim.
to thank you for the gifts you sent my 2 kitties.
Well, I appreciate that.
I talked to you back in September about my ungrateful cat that was mocking me. She got out of the house, and then she wouldn't return. So finally, when it started getting cold, I was able to pick her up and bring her in. Then after Tui came in, my other cat, PJ, got into kerfuffle. You know, they're just kind of tumbling around there in the living room. Tui hid under my bed and prefers to stay in my room. But they haven't had any further confrontations. But PJ, the younger cat, always charges Tui back into the bedroom. And Tui does come out from the room to check out her surroundings, but as soon as she sees PJ, the younger cat, she runs back under the bed. It's been about 2 months, so, you know, they're getting used to each other.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes there's no set time in terms of how long it takes two pets to get along with each other. The fact that there's been no bloodshed, even when they were tussling, that's a good sign. Now, let me ask you the big question. When you leave the house, are they together?
Yes.
And when you come home, it looks like there's been bloodshed, hair all over the place?
Oh, never.
See, that's what
is the younger cat wants to play with the older cat, and the older cat just won't have it, because when PJ, the younger cat, little black cat, charges Tui, the tabby, they'll kind of run away from each other. But PJ, the younger cat, always runs away with her tail up in the air, like, ha ha, got you.
Well, you know, when a cat raises that tail high, it's usually a dominant sign or something to that. I have mixed emotions at this point. If there was assertive or aggressive behavior in terms of really biting, they're both using their litter box, they're both eating. What I would try to do is I don't know if you've done any scent swapping. Maybe what I would do if I were you, if there's another person in your home, or if you have a close friend, what I would do is every evening, or as often as you can, I would have the two of you sitting on the couch. One person holding Tui, I love that name, Tui, the other person holding the other cat, sitting on opposite ends of the couch. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, till they ignore each other. That's enough for that day. Next day, a little bit more. I want them to start being in the same room together with you there, without them battling. I think you're a part of the problem. And there's a lot of reasons for... No, I mean that. Listen, when you're not home, they're fine, right?
Yes.
Oh, so therefore, who's the problem?
That's a possibility. Well, I'll have to agree with you on that one, Warren.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, in other words...
I don't know what they do when I'm here. I mean, do they do the, chase each other away?
If they were chasing...
No fur, no blood. No
yeah, if they were chasing each other, you would know that things would be knocked off the cabinet, knocked off the shelves, the bed would be messed up. No, they're probably doing it for your attention, because I'm sure when the younger cat goes after two, you say, no, stop it, right?
No, I'll just chase her away if they show some aggression.
Okay, so therefore she's getting attention from you when she's chasing Tui away.
That's true. That is
There you
true.
go. That's why I do this. Anyway, that's where I would want to be. How long ago did we talk?
We talked back in September, so I would say if you are thinking of sending out a nice gift like you sent me with the dry cat food, with the canned food, with the kitty lickies, which they just go nuts over, give it to someone else or to a rescue, a shelter.
I love you guys. I love it. So let me ask you one final question. Tim.
Yes.
I know there's Tui. What's the other cat's name?
PJ. Pinky Jr., because my other black cat was Pinky the Wildcat, which was a feral. And PJ is another black cat that, again, is a feral. I don't know how with two, but here they are.
So does PJ and Tui, do they like to be kissed?
I never do, but what they like, I'm holding them. If I put my lips on top of their head and blow warm air on them, just against them, blow a little warm air on top of their head, they like that.
Hey Tim, you may want to think about calling another therapist. Listen, I'm just joking. You know why I'm joking? You know why I said that? Because I wish I could bring Denise onto the phone, onto the mic with me. But every night, I will put my lips on top of Molly's head. I'll put my lips on top of Willie's head, and I'll flow into. And they love it. They absolutely adore it. So listen, you're fine. You're not crazy. Anyway, I appreciate the call. Give them both a big hug and a kiss from me. I'm going to let you go, and I am going to donate a gift to a Rescue a Humane organization. I do that. Yeah. Anybody else do that? Blow on the top of their dog or cat's head? I do it all the time, but that's just me. Phone number here at the Pet Show: 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. Take a break. When we get back, we're going to get to you, Gina, in Studio City. I'm also going to share this with you, and I'm not going to let this one go because I want to go over it. One of the most common questions I get asked is dogs licking. Why do dogs lick themselves? And you think, well, this is the answer. That's the answer. Itch. I have over 13 different reasons why your dog may be licking. We'll share those when I come back. If you have a question in the meantime, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Now, a question or comment about your dog or cat, or just want to answer the question, I got some great stuff to give away. Do you believe, like I do, that your dogs and cats like to be kissed? Do your dogs and cats like to be kissed? Or am I crazy? That could be a question too. But are you dogs and cats? I have, my reputation is based on hugging and kissing. I've always been that way. Ever since I was a child, my mother, it would drive my mother crazy. I'd be hugging and kissing rats, snake, whatever came into the house. Is it okay to kiss your dogs? Do your dogs like it? Do your cats like to be kissed? Give me a call. I still got some great gifts to give away. I got some more Lucy pet food, some doggy lickies, some hugs and kisses, copies of my books, Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. So everyone who calls in will get a super gift. 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. Let's go to my friend Gina first in Studio City. I think she has a dog that may enjoy some kissing. Hey, Gina, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Happy New Year, Warren.
Happy New Year to you.
And Denise. Yes, every morning I say good morning to her, to my Mimi, and I kiss her and I hug her. She loves it. And then, like now, today I went to shul. When I come home, I don't make a big deal leaving because you told me not to. So I just leave. But when I come back 3 hours later, she makes a little sound. I hug and kiss her, and she loves it. She just loves it.
You know, I don't know if my dogs like the hugging and kissing I give them more, or is it me that likes it more?
Well, I think it's probably mutual, don't you think, Warren?
Listen,
she tries to lick my face or my ear.
I happen to be, you would never know it, but I happen to be a pretty hyper person, okay? And I got to tell you that one of the ways I'm surprised Denise doesn't say, hey, Warren, go hug and kiss Molly and Willie for a while. You're overdoing it. I really believe that hugging them and kissing them, if they enjoy it as well, is an incredible way not only to bond, but we all know now that the touch can really help alleviate the oxytocin in my head when I'm hugging and kissing Willie and Molly is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm so glad. And what type of dog is this again?
She's a rescue, a dachshund mix.
A dachshund. I love dachshunds. They're just such incredible dogs.
That's what the vet told me.
Yeah.
I got her at the Van Nuys shelter on Van Nuys Street.
So let's take the word mix out of our vocabulary. Let's put blended breed in there instead. How's that?
Oh, that's what the vet. Okay, a blended. So I think this is what I'm told. He said definitely a dachshund because she's long like a hot dog, but she has fluffy ears. So he said. Maybe a papillon. He's very smart.
Well, it's interesting, but you know, dachshunds are not the only long dogs.
Oh, really? What other long dogs?
Basset hounds, corgis. Well, I'm going blank for a second. Yeah, there's a lot of long dogs out there. There's a lot of breeds we don't even know of in this country. You know, let me just bring up while I'm talking about this. You know, I am a firm believer. You go to a shelter, adopt blended breeds. I don't care.
Well, I saw her sitting on the couch in Van Nuys. They have them in the room, all the little dogs. And there were a whole bunch of little dogs. And frankly, I wanted a little white dog, you know. But she was sitting on the couch by herself, and she had this look like, what am I doing here with these hooligans? Because the other little dogs were jumping around. And I just took to her. And I asked them, may I have her? And they said no. You have to come back tomorrow because the law is they have to be here 5 days. Yeah. So I went right back. I thought someone else would take her. The next day, I went there at 7 o'clock. They opened at 8, and I waited, and I got her.
Gosh, what a great story. Anyway, listen, I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you for your long doctor. I am going to send you, what do I want to send you? I am going to send you to You know what? I'm going to send you a calming disc for my friends over. I know you may not need it because it's a mellow dog, but I'm still going to send you a calming disc for my friends over at acornpets.com. Check them out, by the way, acornpets.com, a great, great organization. Let me just say that, every time you call, and you've been calling me for a lot of years, who do you think picks up the phone here? Well, I'm going to tell you who picks up the phone. The lovely Suzette. Alex is a nice guy too, but he's not as lovely as Suzette. Suzette picks up the phone every week, and you know how kind and gentle Suzette is. She helps you get through to me. Well, tomorrow, it's been 3 years since her incredible dog, Princess, crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So just know, again, Suzette, that Princess used to ask me questions about Princess all the time because you had such an incredible bond. But I'm sure Princess is looking down at you right now with a big, big smile. Hey, great time to give me a call. The phone number here at The Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. Still coming up, we're going to take a look at why our dogs lick themselves. But life nowadays can be really difficult for our dogs and our cats. You'd be surprised at how much a stable routine can help support your pets during times of change. New job, new hours, daylight saving time, kids back to school. All these things can make a difference. It's really important to try to keep your home or your routine as stable as possible. It can make all the difference in the world, like feeding the dogs at the same time, grooming in the way you do, taking them for their walks at the same time. It may sound simple to you, but can make all the difference in the world in terms of your dog's ability or your cat's ability to adjust. It can be really, really important to their anxiety and their nervous. So try to keep the routines as stable as you possibly can. All right, listen. Someone called me this week and said, Warren, the last couple of months you've been telling stories about your career. And was there one time where you were ever intimidated by one of your customers or one of your clients? Does anyone remember a chain of stores called the Woolworths? 5 and dime, be a $20 bill. Remember Woolworth 5 and dime? I got a call many, many years ago when I was living in New York, and the call came to this beautiful triplex apartment. When I say triplex apartment, this apartment had 3 stories, and it was the home of the original Mrs. Woolworth. She had to be 90 years old at that point. So I go up there in my jeans and my ripped up fatigue shirt, and I knock on the door. The butler answers the door, brings me in, tells me where I can sit, asks me if I'd like something to drink. I said no. I sit on the couch, and I guess they call this the parlor room. And about 5-10 minutes later comes this amazing woman. It was Mrs. Woolworth. It was like a Bette Davis movie. She came down the stairs. She was dressed impeccably. She was wearing white gloves. And we had this long conversation. I got to tell you, it was one of the most amazing conversations I ever had. This was the original Mrs. Woolworth. I used to shop there. That's all I could afford when I was young. We'd go to Woolworths. We'd buy something for a nickel or a penny. But I was intimidated. Yeah, I was. I've trained President's dog. I've trained Princess Aga Khan's dog. I've trained dogs for kings. But Mrs. Woolworth, because I would spend time at her location, Mrs. Woolworth was the lady that intimidated me. Anybody remember Woolworth? Give me a call. I want to hear from someone else out there that might remember Woolworth like I do. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-575. I remember as a kid, quick story. If you remember Woolworths, they used to have a fountain at Woolworths, right? And I would always take my dog Smokey in there. It wasn't allowed, but I didn't care. I would take my German Shepherd Smokey in there and we'd go. And they used to have, once a year, they used to hang all these balloons above the counter. And if you picked the balloon, they would pop it, and that's what you would pay for a banana split. It could be free, could be whatever it was back then. So I would pop the balloons, and I never got the free one. I always got the most expensive one. But I remember going there with my dog Smokey and popping the balloons to get a free banana split. Anybody else remember Woolworths? Give me a call. Let me know. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Quick break. When we come back, I do have open lines. So if you have a question, great time to call me. I do have some good stuff to give away still. When we come back, we're going to talk about why dogs lick themselves. Anyone have a licking dog out there? Give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. On The Pet Show, What's wrong with my throat today? It must be this weather in Arizona. It's hot weather. Anyway, we're going to get Gina. I know Gina had another question about her dog barking. We'll get to you in a couple of minutes, Gina, so hang in there. I want to share this with you. One of the most common questions I get asked on this show, my national show, my Canadian show, even on my Instagram, is about dogs licking. And it's really important that people understand it. Lots of people say, well, the dog's licking because of this, and the dog's licking because of that. I put together a list of licking. So listen to me carefully. These are all the reasons so far, and I'm sure there are more, but I put together this list kind of rapidly. Why dogs lick themselves. Number one, it's good coat maintenance. By licking themselves, they keep their coat in good shape. In the wild, it's a natural way to clean wounds. Your dog will lick themselves to clean their wounds. They also lick themselves to remove loose hair. They'll lick themselves, and this is important for me as a behaviorist. Dogs will become excessive lickers over stress and boredom. So if you're stressing or boring your dog, licking's a problem. And also, if you have a dog that's constantly licking and you say, knock it off, stop it, blah, 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 what you're doing is reinforcing that. It's a quest for attention. Could be your dog's nighttime ritual, like scratching your head or putting cream on your face. But it could be a medical problem. Could be compulsive behavior. Could be prevention of deadly infections. It could be an early natural behavior going back to when mom licked them when they were first born. So there's literally many, many reasons. That's why I've been doing this for so many years. I put these together because the experiences I've had. So there are many reasons why your dog licks. So don't just say, go to your vet or you go here, well, your dog's licking because of this. No, there could be many, many different reasons. I'll also post this on my YouTube in the next couple of in the next week or so you have that to check with as well. By the way, I hit the big time. I am now paparazzi. Anybody read the Heloise column? Well, in this week's Heloise column, I was quoted. The question was about warming up a dog's food. So yeah, Heloise. Thank you, Heloise, for quoting Warren in the comment. All right, let me do. Oh gosh, I got to take a break. Let me get back to Gina real fast, and then I want to get to line 2. But hey, Gina.
Yes.
Okay, so your dog is barking.
Yeah, he barks at my Mimi barks at all dogs, not humans, just dogs.
Okay, what do you do?
I go, Mimi, don't. These are our neighbors. Don't bark. I say it.
Okay, and Mimi understands the fact you say, Mimi, these are our neighbors. Please don't bark. No, knock it off. Don't say anything. Just knock it off, Gina. Don't say a word. Just keep walking. Because when you pay attention to her, whether she's good attention or bad attention, it is attention. I say this every week. Make sure when the dog is barking, you don't stop. You just continue walking. Ignore the fact that she's barking. I know it's hard. I know it's annoying, but that's going to resolve the issue for you. The minute you stop, the minute you're reinforcing that problem, the more it's going to go on. So that's what you need to do. Again, try it. Give me a call back. Let me know how it's working for you. I was so glad I was able to do that. Dogs looking by. Someone wrote here. I don't know who wrote that. Oh, someone wrote a caller. A caller used to work at Woolworths. She wanted to thank you for bringing it up. Woolworths was like the biggest thing ever. I don't know, was it a West Coast thing or was it just on the East Coast? I don't know. Woolworths was like the biggest thing on the East Coast. It was just everyone went to Woolworths, but I don't know. Was it a big thing on the West Coast? I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. That is the way to go. By the way, listen, if you guys are not following me on my YouTube channel, I'm really starting to share a lot of info there. So check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. I'm so looking forward into a brand new year, spending another year with you. I've also put together a checklist for pet care. Are your pets up to date on their vaccinations? Do they have name tags with current contact information? Have they been microchipped? Is the microchip up to date and registered? When was the last time you had dog or cat checked for dental? Are the nails trimmed? Make sure all of your pets have that current ID. How many of us are starting a diet this month? If pets are looking a little extra fluffy, now's a great, I got to admit it. I took Molly and Willie to the vet. Denise, Molly's not listening, is she? I took Molly and Willie to the vet the other day, and Willie's perfect. Willie's like a little skinny malink. Molly was like a pound and a half over where she should be. And a small dog, that's a lot. So Molly is on a diet. Not thrilled about it, but she's on a diet. But I am totally convinced that carrots are made out of liver, and we'll get through this diet together. We just got to take a pound off, Molly. Just a pound, I promise. We'll do it together. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Quick break, then back to your phone calls. Right now, though, I'm going to brag a little bit. Listen, you've been hearing me Dancing Bear, and between them and I know this may sound really, really crazy, but if you ever watch this, I still watch the Soupy Sales Show. They have it on reruns on JLTV or Jewish, whatever. And I still watch. Soupy was a good friend, an amazing guy, but he also had an incredible passion for animals. So over the years, I've had the opportunity of working with so many people with passions for animals. But it's not just the good, it's the bad. So I want you to listen carefully. Brand new studies of family dynamics rarely consider the effect of familiar social interactions on their dog or cat. Like children, dogs and cats show signs of emotional stress when they observe human family members having a quarrel, getting loud. In fact, data shows that when family members fight, their dog tends to console the victim and avoid the aggressor. That's how incredibly bright they are. And over the years, I've had some incredible opportunities, and because of my working in Europe, my studying in Europe, my approach to animal behavior, to a lot of people in this country is a little bit different. They have a lot of people are still into the, this is the way I train my dog, and this is the way it's done, and he'll sit, stay down, and calm, and that's what we're going to teach the dog. And all of that's really important if it's done in a positive, upbeat way. But on this first day for us talking on the new year, it's important for pet guardians like yourself to understand that life is life. It may look different to us than it does to our dogs and cats. But if we sit down, if we have those discussions, if we watch our dogs and cats, we can really, really establish a relationship that is unsurpassed. I love my human friends. I love my human family. But there's no other relationship in the world like the relationship a person establishes with their pet. And whether you want to call it that non-demanding relationship, whether you want to call it the fact that the dog or the cat could care less what you look like, if you're overweight, if you're underweight, if you smell bad or you don't smell bad. One of the things that I've always loved about what I do, besides helping you people and resolving issues, is taking the time to look into the eyes of the animals and just realize how incredibly bright, how incredibly emotional. They're not just the family dog or the family cat. They're part of the family. I wish more people in my profession would understand that. When a person takes a dog or cat into their home, generally speaking, they want that dog or cat to be part of the family. And sometimes we overdo it, or they overdo it. Give the dog, give the cat an opportunity to get to know the family. You didn't marry your husband on the first date, right? You got to know him first. Then you fell in love with him. Give your dogs and your cats that same opportunity to fall in love with you. And believe me, they will. They will, specifically because most of my listeners have rescued or adopted their dogs. It's the right thing to do. Hey, listen, check out my YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's free, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. I'm going to be doing more and more on the YouTube channel. Check out the website, thepetshow.com. Bless you all. Again, I hope you all have a great new year, a great start to the new year. Give all your pets a hug. By the way, if you want to call my national show, starts in 1 minute. That number is 877-725-8255. Same type of show. Give away the same gifts. 877-725-8255. I'm Warren Eckstein, and thank you for listening to The Pet Show.